It started as just another Tuesday night, but for one little bandit, it was about to become the stuff of legend. Our story begins in the dead of night, behind a local liquor store. A close-up shot reveals a trash can, lid slightly ajar, with a furry paw emerging. A raccoon, our mischievous protagonist, is rummaging with an almost giddy excitement. Suddenly, he spots an opportunity, a back door left open just a crack. The scene shifts to the grainy, black and white feed of an interior security camera, timestamp glowing in the corner. The dimly lit aisles of the store are still, until a small, shadowy figure sneaks past the camera, its striped tail disappearing behind a shelf of gin. The party was on. Another security camera, this one positioned low in an aisle, catches our raccoon in the act. He's surrounded by a treasure trove of miniature liquor bottles, his tiny paws fumbling with the caps. He's swaying, his eyes glazed over, with a look of pure, unadulterated bliss. A slow-motion replay shows him attempting a dramatic two-legged stumble, catching his balance just before he topples over. Emboldened by his liquid courage, he tries to scale a pyramid of wine bottles, leading to a small but comical collapse of the display. This little guy was having the time of his life, a one-raccoon fiesta in the spirits aisle. As the night wore on, the footage from the main floor camera shows our highly intoxicated friend staggering away, vanishing behind a shelf near the back of the store. The next shot, from a camera in the bathroom hallway, is momentarily blocked by a blurry, whiskered face as the raccoon stumbles past. Inside the bathroom, a high-mounted camera gives us a clear view of the aftermath. There, on the tiled floor, lies our hero, passed out cold next to an empty mini bottle. A tiny, cartoonish snore bubble seems to float just above his head, a perfect picture of a night that went a little too far. The next morning brought a harsh awakening. We transitioned to a brightly lit animal shelter, a stark contrast to the dim liquor store. Our raccoon is now in a recovery cage, looking utterly defeated. He squints violently, recoiling from the sunlight as if it were a personal attack. A kind shelter worker gently places a small bowl of water and some bland recovery food inside. The raccoon gives the food a look of profound disgust, dramatically waving a paw over his nose to fan away the smell before collapsing back onto the floor with a thud. When the worker tries to gently stroke his head, he lets out a tiny, exaggerated groan, slapping a paw over her hand and then clutching his head in a display of theatrical suffering. A classic case of post-party remorse, the worker says to the camera with a smile. Lots of dramatic flair for a little guy. A montage captures his recovery, hesitantly lapping a drop of water like it's the elixir of life, trying and failing to sit up with a cartoonish youth, and leaning against the cage wall with a heavy, world-weary sigh. Finally, the moment of release arrives. In a quiet, wooded area, the cage door is opened. Our rehabilitated raccoon scurries out, a blur of fur and renewed purpose. The final shot is a close-up of his bushy, striped tail disappearing into the green foliage. Off to his next, hopefully less intoxicating, adventure.